Everyone tells me that you are quite extraordinarily gifted, leaving aside the current production, and you've used the word channel. And apparently that's what you do. When you're playing, Garland or Joplin or whoever, it's not a drag act. You actually become them. How do you do that? Do you take drugs? Do you?
I wish. Yes. No. It might seem like I'm on drugs. I've seen footage and I've gone, my God, I'm crazy. But it's studying them. I just study them. Just read a lot about them and research their music, listen to them a lot. It usually is because I really like the people. It's somebody I really have a connection with somehow. And
of course, with Joplin and Garland, there's a ton of material. There's stacks of records and films and so on. With Angela, just memories.
Yeah. I often think I wished I'd filmed her or more. I do have bits of film of her, but I don't know. I spent 43 years of my life with her up until that point. I was 43 when she died. So I had a long time with her. But yeah, it's difficult. It's funny doing the play. I'm feeling like I feel her strongly around me. I feel her presence. Just doing her voice. I hear her voice. So I feel like she's back in my life doing the play, which is interesting.
I want to ask you to do Angela, but I'm told you do a very good bingo caller. Can you do a bit of that for me?
Clary.
Clary
the bingo caller. Legs 11, double 1, 5, 5 only, 68, 6, 8, 55, double 5, 1.
Bingo!
One only. Yeah.
Someone out there just won
People go
bingo.
Bananas when I do that. I don't know.
That was eerie. That was very strange. I felt like I've known him for years.
Yeah, Clary was a very serious man. And
he's sitting here in the studio with us. Isn't he? How do you do that? Amazing. It's the first full-length piece you've ever written, isn't it?
Absolutely. First full piece and first dialogue-orientated piece of theatre I've ever done. Usually they're singing somewhere.
Did you know you were a writer?
No, not at all. I do write every day, but I don't write. I don't think of myself as a writer. I don't. I mean, it took a lot of encouraging to write a song. I wrote a song about my grandmother. That was the first writing I ever did, but that was encouraged by Tim Friedman from the Whitlams. He just said to me one day, we were backstage at the Opera House, he said, "Hey, Capsis, why don't you write any of your own songs?" And I went, "Oh, because that's not what I do." And he goes, "Well, you should." And he sat me down and said, "Okay, stories, give me some stories." And my grandmother's story.
I should be calling you Caps, is that right? That's what
Capsis.
Everyone call you?
Yeah. Just colleagues.
Okay. Now, I understand that although you've written the words, you found it hard to learn your lines.
Yes, very hard. I thought, crikey, why did I speak so much? Why couldn't I just shut up? No, it was difficult. Saying it in a sort of improvisation and in a meditation and a visualization, which is what we did for that solid week of writing, with Julian Merrick, the director, recording everything I do and doing different exercises. Very clever man. And then, months down the track, I get this massive thing, this pages and pages of blob of words.
Merrick and you have something in common, and that is that he lived in London during the Blitz, so he's Blitz orientated.
Well, Julian is my age, but his dad went through the war. And
sorry.
He's a few years older than me, but he did meet my grandmother, and they did talk about the war at length. And I have an association with Julian that goes back 25 years. It was my first involvement in theatre in Australia, working with his company Kick House. So I had that association with Julian. The fact that he knew my grandmother, and then him insisting, him encouraging me to do it, because I don't think I wouldn't have gone there. I don't think I could have done it.
This has been such a success, such a surprising success, that there must be talk of taking it on the road, surely.
Well, I hope so. There is talk of it, but it's just talk at the moment. But you know how that can happen. You just. But I really wanted to, especially to go to Melbourne. Because
what about taking it to Malta?
Well, even better would be Malta. Well, that would be a dream, an absolute dream. Yeah, that would be beyond.
Well, your dreams have a habit of coming true, young man, don't they?
Well, they seem to be. The longer you hang in there, it seems that, things do happen if you hang in there long enough.
Well, look, congratulations. It's a lovely story, and she sounds like the most fantastic woman. I had a grandmother I loved, and I can identify at least on that level. Angela's Kitchen, it's on at the Stables Theatre in King's Cross in Sydney until the 18th of December, when it may go on the road. And if there's any listeners tuning in, any poddies from Malta, it's coming your way in due course. Lovely to meet you.
You too, Phil.
And Angela. Oh, and the bingo
Clary.
Clary. Would you mind taking Clary with you when you leave the studio?
I will. Clary.
Please don't
you have
leave
to
him
go.
sitting here.
Clary. I don't want to leave. I'm very comfortable.
Thank you.
Thank you. Cheers.
Oh, dear.
Hilarious.
Right.
Okie doke. Thank you for your
Bye.
time. See ya.